Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Sanda MMA, presenting Kev the Rev McGuinness. And his opponent making his way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in under 155 pounds. Fighting out of Samson, presenting Josh
Lightweight bout, we have Kev McGuinness in the cage already, is in the all black and Sanda top rash guard, taking on Josh Allen. This is a novice bout, Phil, so no ground and pound to the head, but they can strike to the head while standing. 3 2-minute rounds. Your third man in the cage is Mr. Derek Hickey.
That's all part of that developmental structure you're seeing within grassroots Irish MMA. We go from the cadet fights, then graduate to the novice, then to the full unified amateur roles.
Josh Allen straight in on that single.
He's not messing about at all. Transitions to a big high crotch tilt over a slam from Josh Allen.
And again, just looking to trap that arm, and it's a scramble here that McGuinness needs to be very careful that he could give away a dominant position.
Yeah, in a situation like this, you almost need to take a couple of deep breaths, make yourself as heavy as possible, get those hips nice and low, let your opponent expend a little bit of energy, because it's always going to be frantic as soon as your opponent hits the ground.
Just trying to use that right hand to keep that knee of Allen from posturing up and coming up to his shoulder to solidify the position of side control.
And it has to be said, speaking to Josh Allen earlier in the week, he said his game plan was to close the distance, pick Kevin up and slam him. He didn't even give me enough time to get that out before he executed the game plan. Right now he's doing a good job of just slowly trying to creep up into that mount position.
You can step over that right knee.
Yep.
It's free enough. If he gets that left leg out, he's going to get side control on the opposite side.
He could even backstep here and solidify side control if he wanted.
Yeah, just kick that left leg back and potentially just trying to step across, slide that knee in and get full mount, and that has worked.
It's more of a 3/4 mount position he's in right now.
And again, you can almost see that McGuinness on bottom is just more trying to use strength to stop what's happening rather than trying to use any type of technique or potential trap or sweep.
Yeah, he hasn't quite turned onto the hip to try and shrimp in or pushing down on the leg.
Oh, I think the fighters misunderstood the instructions there. Derek Hickey just asked for a little bit of work to be done, and I was about to say Derek Hickey isn't playing around with this game.
Again, another huge they are money in the bank for Josh Allen.
And especially in an empty event venue here that echoed around.
They really reverberate, don't they?
And again, Derek Hickey, I think, was just asking the fighters. And Kev McGuinness has just made his way to his boarding gates because that first round he was on Allen Airlines. So will he take another flight in this one?
And once again,
high crotch position.
And Allen just seems to have a natural aptitude for the wrestling, which is interesting considering he started in Muay Thai and then transitioned to mixed martial arts. But then when one of your main training partners is MAGA, you're going to have your wits about you when it comes to the grappling.
He's from Cork. It's like babies that come out of the womb in Kilkenny. They have a hurl. It's like babies that come out of the womb in New Zealand. They're rugby players. He's going to be a Muay Thai fighter. So in Cork, it's the epicenter of Muay Thai here in Ireland as well. So just of course he's going to know Muay Thai, and then under the tutelage and Samson, excellent wrestling guys in there. So it's just more tools to the arsenal, I suppose.
Being from the north, I did not get that reference to a hurl. Only joking. Up Laharna Og.
Schlitter.
That's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to slither up the body.
Beautiful work
of Josh Allen.
And again, you can just see McGuinness. He's almost just trying to use his brute strength to try and stop what's happening here. And Josh Allen, total control.
And the thing with Allen having such an aptitude for the wrestling, that he knows then that he can let the strikes go a little bit more. He can free himself up in that regard should he choose to do so, because the threat of the takedown is also there.
And stepping into full mount again here. But realistically, what does McGuinness need to do here? He's got full mount against him again.
Armbar. It doesn't quite look like he's at the point of the elbow, but
he allowed a lot of space there. Just as he stepped up, there was a lot of air room.
But again, had McGuinness been aware of what was going on, he could have used that to step back up into his opponent to hit a hitchhiker. And again, it's yes, this is a novice fight, but it's those little things that make a massive difference.
And there you just see McGuinness working his way back to the wall, and Josh Allen just pulled him back over.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say McGuinness will cut a frustrated figure going back to his corner.
To your point at the end of that second round, Phil, he's going to cut a frustrated figure, but he needs to get on his bike here. He cannot stand or be squared in front of Josh Allen. We've seen the game plan. We know what's coming. He needs to get on that bike. Lateral movement. Don't stand in front.
Even just throw feints with the uppercut, but right back in. It's lather, rinse, repeat.
And it sort of came off. It looked like he was attempting maybe a teep to the body, and it was quite a lazy one it was on. And it just presented the leg, and Allen's going to take that. That's like
bread and butter. Yeah, bread and butter.
It's Christmas morning giving him that. You know, it's an easy parcel.
And if he could just pick the ankle here, but again, it's so effortless. Big takedown. Matt Hughes in the building. And what's so impressive about what Allen's been able to do, it's not just one big takedown, it's sustained. He's been able to do it at every stage of the fight. Round 1, round 2, round 3 here.
And different variations of the takedown as well. As you said, you call out Matt Hughes style there. That was very Matt Hughes, Frank Trigg, where he brought him to his corner, and that was off a double into, put him up on the shoulder rather than the high crotch he'd landed earlier. So different varieties to that attack. But again, it's going to be a good learning curve this for McGuinness, but he when he watches this back, he'll even look at that lazy short kick and go, what did I do that for? And that'll be the frustration that you spoke of, Phil.
And he's done a good job to get back to his feet, but again, just that heavy pressure wrestling style. And instead of trying to punch to the body here, what I'd like to see from McGuinness is him trying to implement, hit that whizzer, create a little bit of space, circle off for himself, essentially get his back off the cage. He needs to dig in. First thing, Peter Duncan is an expert of saying right now, you need to break the grip in a situation like this and then raise the body. As long as the fighter has the grip, the takedown is within reach.
Almost spiked himself there, did Josh Allen. That was close. And potential
triangle
here if he can get that leg out, but he doesn't, and just pushes the legs to the side, Josh Allen.
That has been the most amount of offense that McGuinness has been able to mount so far in the fight, but just the fire blanket wrestling of Josh Allen has been so impressive in this fight now.
You can see McGuinness going into the gym on Monday or Tuesday when he does return and just want to drill grappling defense. Get up. Big.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecard. All 3 judges have scored this bout 30-27. For your winner, the unanimous decision by the